No. Okay, let's give it a couple of seconds and get started. Okay, it's 4 o'clock. Yeah, once again, the fundies just keeps in the teeth. Amazing, eh? You know, if you think a coin, heads or tails, 4 heads every time. In theory, should come up at some stage of the game or be all tails every time. But 3:30 fundy came out Canadian, and we had to be short. Was it shorting it? Buying the Canadian, shorting the NZD. Of course, they went the other way, and a couple of times the GBP as well. You think it might have had a bit of luck on the side. I guess all this pure luck. But anyway, I'm going to say that's the fundamental coming out. We can look at it. Let's have a look at the others. Not much you can do about it. It's just pure luck. I thought by the time you call heads enough, so they come up sometime. But anyway, didn't. It's popping around. Don't know what that's got to do. Oh yes, the dollar's come off a little bit for whatever reason, but I think it's just jumping around. Don't quite know. Okay, maybe sympathy with the Canadian. That's probably what it is. Because that's only what a 15-minute. Yeah, it's in sympathy with the Canadian. That's why I said it popped up. Popped being the operative word, not exactly shot up, is it? But anyway, yeah, appears the fund is count in your favour and some other way. Anyway, whatever. Okay, so at least gold seems to be holding on, but slow. Look at Brent. I think some people are still in it. Hey, Brent's gone up. So if anyone's still in it, don't forget to modify your stock to protect it. Obviously, don't chase it now, but anyway, that's something. And the gold, let's pop back up again. It was 1806 just a minute or two ago. Of course, it would be again. It's affected the Canadian with it affected the dollar. The dollar affected gold. The dollar came off. That's why when he jumped when that fundy came out. So it was right down here at one stage, 1807, should I say? Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, no, everyone did because the fundies, yeah. We should have got wrecked, and it means you're overexposed. Oh, that's all right. Then never be worried. That's okay. That's fine. Yeah. So annoyed and it's slang. I get that. It's highly irritating, but it's not shouldn't blow your account on it. Just think it's about 3 or 4 times the trot, and the fund has gone exactly inconveniently, should we put it that way. It's unusual. I think it should be 50-50, shouldn't it? But you can't trade if you say you start getting worried about funds, it's possible to trade. Some accounts trade every bloody day. Okay, so not much I can add on that. Yeah, the NAS is opening just now. It's hovering a little bit. 50-minute, yep, coming off and popping around, etc. So I think we might get a bit more downside there. We'll go a couple of trades on that. I don't think we saw anything. If you do see some share, never look. It's a bit frustrating, to be honest. The last couple of months have been, I've seen there's been a pretty good hit rate, but this month, unfortunately, not. Simply because the fund is, but the thing is not to give up. You're going to get good runs and bad runs. Also, like sports, you get in form and out of form. And yeah. Afternoon. Disappointed, that's all. Okay, right. So yeah. Not much I can add on that. Yeah, so what can I say? Yeah, is our Dow still doing fine? Yeah, it's popped up a bit, but I think you probably put to 31,000 as mentioned. Your stop, sorry, what's about 33,000, sorry, 31,000. 33,000 is stop. So what's this now? 1 day, yes, above here. So yeah, so just see what happens on that. Might get stopped out in a slight profit. We shall see anyway.
Roger,
Yeah.
I see the house price index that came out now at 4 o'clock, and it was actually 4.6 versus the forecast of 5.8. So that's way lower.
Yeah. Yeah. That might have had something to do with it as well, but it's not a major one. It's not like a PPI or a PCE or a CPI or a GDP. All these GDPs, BBCs, ITV, but yeah, I think might have had a little effect. I'm not sure. I think it's probably correlated with the Canadian. I don't know really. I don't think the market knows either. To be honest. Yeah. I have no idea, Nico. Honestly, don't know. I really don't know, to be honest. Sorry, I'm not much help on that. But yeah. I personally think just stick with a strategy. If you want, it's up to you. I'm sticking with strategy. What is the stop loss anyway? Should be a little further away than that. Give me a moment. 6760. Well, you might get lucky. It's only 20 pips, so it's only 15 pips away. You might as well stick it out. Yeah. What NZD is that one? I suppose doing the same thing here. Probably be surprised not to. That's at 62 on the dot. No, yeah, 62 on the dot. Well, he might get lucky on the day. That might hold. Okay, right. Yeah, not maybe you tell him because I can't. I'm getting a bit emotional myself now. Shouldn't affect badly on me. I mentioned, you know, the flip of the coin when a fundy comes out, I still feel bad about it. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, we're down in gold. Well, gold, but anyway, it's in a profit. That's okay. So I hang on in there, Nasdaq. Okay, let's go back to my favorites. So that pound's still doing its thing. Sorry, Brent's doing very well. So those still in it. I think one or two still are. Modify your stop loss if you're out. Well, don't join it now. GBP there. Let's take it right out. I'm loath to buy it, but hell, wow, look at that. Who would have thought, eh? Right, so sorry guys, I think I might need your help a little bit here because I can't see much, and it's yeah. I think Nico's in control actually, because like me, just more frustrated. Guys get emotionally out of control. The guys are just went overboard in a sort of almost a religious belief that things will be right, and they're going too big. I think it's more frustration come out, certainly with me anyway. Not frustrated about myself, guys. Just a bit frustrated, a little bit because the guy getting the signal, and I don't want to lose faith in it. Anyway, right. So I don't really know what else to add there, guys, unless you've got some bright ideas to maybe rescue the situation. I don't have the US dollar CAD because they're both moving. Probably, probably not quite sure what to do. Thought so. We're looking for a pullback. It's not enough, in my opinion. No. Yeah, well, that happens as well. Yeah. I mean, I would say we control our emotions. If you had a good run, you tend to go a little bit quicker than if you had a bad run, you tend to be a bit more cautious. It's completely natural. A bit frustrated, that's all. Plus the fact I hate it, I can't find much else.
Yeah, so, but look at last week Tuesday. It had a very nice breakout, but then I doubted. 7 days ago, yeah.
It'll be fine. Tuesday, Monday, Friday, Tuesday, yeah. Not really. It went up and then it came back 3 days later. Before it shot up. Yeah, so Ken, anybody? Any bright ideas? Yeah, we did. That again was affected by the Canadian coming out, the GDP from the Canadian. Looks like it's heading for a stop just about there, isn't it? Yeah. I think it's NZD CAD 82. Sorry, 84.21. Beg your pardon. I've got way around DP. Yeah. Well, if 84 could hold, we might get rescued. But again, say it's Canadian, and this time affected. I mean, what can I say? It's unusual to get 4 or 5 funders going exactly inconveniently, for want of a better word. So yeah, and I feel stuck. There's nothing to do about it. That's all the world happened to correct trade. I didn't know a bomb was going to go off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and any bright ideas, guys? Anything you want to discuss? Any questions? Yeah, the gold's probably good. We should be stocked out with a profit, whatever happens to gold anyway. Unless you've gone in again for the reason, that's a choice, but it's not from a sticker's perspective. So yeah.
But did you look at the GBP USD, the cable where it is now? Yeah, I'm selling it to right at the bottom. Your initial TP.
Yeah.
And I'm getting it at the better price. I think if you can have a look at that pattern there from the 2nd of February, it's going up, then it's bashing down, going up 3 days, then it's bashing down for 3 days. Now it went up for 2 days with the dollar strengthening. I think it might get to the bottom of that. How many pips is there?
I'll show you now. First of all, get this part here, go from somewhere around about this level here. From the 7th of February, it's been a bit of a range between these two, okay? My problem is the weekend now. It's come off to 104.50. It's a lot better than last week, but it's come back from over 105 to 104.5. You with me? So that's the part that worries me. Otherwise, if you're looking at that chart, I agree with you. Range trade, top of the range. Yeah, I would agree. You put a stop up here. I couldn't agree more. Maybe a little bit higher, something like that. And then that's about 80 odd pips stop here. And plenty down to the bottom. Maybe take it here by getting too cute. So you can definitely get a risk reward. No problem with that. I hear you big time. And just what about this dollar? Do you think? I personally think maybe just through hang 5. We've been bugging around a bit by this thing jumping around to dollar and whatever. So don't send good money after bad. I just want to keep an eye on that dollar. If that dollar can get some sort of recovery, then we'd short it down. Absolutely. But otherwise, I'm not sure I'd be chasing it now. No problem, Fiona. Okay. But yeah, I agree with you totally. Technical point of view, just look at your dollar index and tell me what you think. That little bit of red there, I think, is more profit taking than anything else, or just buyers and sellers, the noise coming in and out. But yeah, I don't see any buyers coming in the dollar at the moment. It's just dropped below 104.50. So I'd keep an eye on it. That looked to me would be a good short. And an extra one being GBP CHF, but of course then the pound doing funny things again. And this one, so look at CHF JPY. That's that pullback. No, it's not enough to buy us. Well, I say the Brent's okay, gold's done okay, and yeah, now the Nasdaq have done okay. So look at the bright side on that one. Trouble is, a lot of guys are taking it out of this nerves up and down, and then probably, you know, the trouble is it hits the stop loss every time, but you might often take it for it's a TP just in case. Yeah. So Don, somebody tell me I had a good day or come up with a good trade. Cheer us all up. Come on, never mind me. Cheer us all up. It might she'd be coming off a bit. Am I imagining things? Might actually come right. Somebody asked today, should I go for buying end gas? It was about 2.7, and leave it alone just as well. Eh? Hi, Joseph. Good to have you here. We spoke earlier on. Any questions for anybody? Please, that's what it's here for. If you like the way the charts have been set up, whether it's well or not the last couple of days, that's outside your control. But you want to show it, I can do that. Got some time to do it because unless you can come up with some bright idea. Yeah, well, I'm proud for you as well. That cheers me up a bit. I mean, that's fine. Like I say, we all said the other way around, and you had the nerve to go for it, and well, bloody done. Come out to you. Well done. Let's see if this can come back and put a smile back on Grace's head. Fiona, fantastic, Fiona. Brilliant. Glad you come and joined us. That's put me in a lot better mood. I dread coming to training room when I had a couple of things gone bad. I thought, can I plead insanity or off sick or something? Big coward, eh? But then you cheered me up with that. So then we've got some blue there. Just try and look at that instead of the red. GBPNZD. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Maybe you grasp me out. Maybe you're right. Well, it's certainly holding that resistance, isn't it? Troubles in the buy area, and I'm not quite sure what's propelling this pound, to be honest. I know a bit of this Brexit and all that other thing, but I don't know. Is it that great a news? But still, the overall economy is not that great. I suppose it's like anything else, you know. Those old enough remember the 1995 World Cup in South Africa when Stransky did the drop kick and won it, basically. I think for a moment or two, everyone forgot the woes and everyone was cheerful on top of the world. A bit like Argentina after the Football World Cup. Forgot Argentina, we're in a mess, try them. Until they suddenly realised, hang on a minute, maybe it's not so cool after all. Anyway, I'm not so sure on that. Let's look at the four. Let's try the weekend first. Not telling me much there. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not that confident at the moment, to be honest. Roger lighted up. This is all part of trading. I think Petro Pietro, yeah. Thank you. That was about a year ago, actually, on that subject. I said often I go to the trading room for sort of a therapy or moral support. Good point, yeah. But get your feet back on the ground. Stop bloody look down on yourself. Yeah, having said that, to be honest, downsell or not, I'm not sure we're chasing down now. I think I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure. I think it's going to hold, but I'm not confident enough to say good idea and go. See, it's even a few buyers coming on the 1 hour. I think that's being a little bit jumping the gun a bit. That's my opinion anyway. What do you think, Nico? Do you think it's worth doing that? Does anyone else agree with me? Do you think we should sit on the sidelines there?
Yes, mate, I see a buy. Look, it broke out after the 13th of February, like 4 days ago. And then it came back to test even lower support, then it shot up again. So it's clearly in the motion up.
Yeah, I quite agree.
I wouldn't be
Oh, sorry.
selling this.
Yeah, I quite agree with you, Ken. Only one thing is what's propelling it. I don't think it's just basically technical analysis. I think it's mostly propelled by what's happening in the economic front, the fundamental side. I'm not sure it's not starting to run out of steam. I personally, Ken, I see your point to buy. I see negative point to sell. I see more powerfully my point to sit on the fence on this one. I'm going to leave it alone. Someone feels strongly about it, 2 people want to buy it, I'll put it down, do a calculator, sell it, or both, or whatever. But I personally can't leave it alone. I'll be honest, I'm not that confident either way. I think it's a bit of a flip of the coin. And if you haven't been too lucky with the flip of the coin, you'd rather not.
But let's say it comes back, it comes off a little bit, and then, okay. Let's say it comes off a little bit, then where do we take it to?
Okay, not a bad question, actually. Let's have a look. If it comes off, we've got plenty downside. We've got to come all the way back here. So that's it's over 300 pips away. Okay. So there's no problem finding a TP. It's when you're confident enough to cut and when start to pull back. So it might pull back here and then bounce again. So I don't know. Be honest, Ken.
Yes, mate, I'm talking about buying the bounce, you see, because
buying the bounce.
I see it going up. So I'm just looking for a better price.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry, I thought too much short. Well, where the line is there. If you're looking to buy it, and I would say the bounce off around about the cross.
But then my problem is, where do I put my TP?
Okay, that's easy enough. Let's have a look. Just going to maybe pull the weekly on, probably get it clearer then. Okay, so it bounces. Just a second. That's 95.18. Give me a moment. 95.18, 95.50. Okay, I thought it might be coincidental. Right about this sort of 95.50. We're at 95.50. Right about this level here. You could take it up to here. That's far too far. Maybe to here. Maybe something like that. Maybe 1.97 on the dot. And then 1.97 on the dot. No, that's too close. So I'm talking rubbish. Uh, 150 to 19. Yeah. Okay. 195.50 to 197. That's too much. 95.50. 97. 150 pips. That works. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, mate.
Pips. Okay. 150 pips. And then you have to use a 4-hour. Right about these levels here, something like that. So you need a maybe use a 4-hour for your stop if it gets there. I'm just going to put a line in there just to try and make my life a bit easier. Maybe somewhere like that. But 1.950, something like that.
Okay, thanks, mate.
Something like that, yeah, okay. If he gets back there, yeah. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Eric. But we agree, we'll leave this for the moment. Okay. So I have to say, I do like this. What's that pattern? Starts at it's a bit early days, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm looking at the DXY start to bounce a bit. Anyone not got the DXY? If you haven't, please tell me, and I'll copy and paste in the chat line for you. That's the dollar index. Okay, if you haven't got it, tell me. Okay. Yeah, but I've got that in front of me, and it starts a little bit of recovery. Not much. Don't want to jump the gun, but it seems to maybe have a bit of recovery. If that happens, then I think we can start looking for a short of this one down there. Quite like to look at this one. So I'm going to put that down to keep a strong eye on it. Okay, CAD JP was another one. That was too quiet, wasn't it? No, that's not enough there. Okay, so cross that out and stick with GBP of the into that. Now let's get some cheer on the NZD here. Starting to get some cheer on that one. Hey, still not in a good space, but it's a lot better now than it was up there. Maybe get some luck on the AUD. 50-minute, yeah, it's jumping around a bit, but it might actually come right. Thank you, Pietro. It's chipping up a bit, actually. It's got a bit of way to go, but it's within reach of maybe getting somewhere. Okay, so that's hopefully keep the fingers crossed. Okay. So not put a smile back and say tomorrow probably will be laughing. Forget about it, yeah. Okay, what's the time? 4 minutes to go. Just quick, anybody got any shares to look at the moment? I know finds in Meta. Anybody in Hewlett Packard, HPQ? Anyone in this one? Or any of them? We can look at them quickly after the NAS opens. Okay. And of course, we'll look at new ones if you'd like to have a look at that. Don't forget, as I said, guys, make sure you've got enough margin. You're not in any, so maybe have a look. Some people talk about buying Netflix. Was it Tesla? I think Tesla might actually come off a bit. What's the NAS doing? Yeah, it's hovering. We'll see how it opens in a couple of minutes. Some people, they might be upside. I think possibly it might give it a downside here. We'll see when it opens. But yeah, don't chase Meta now. Microsoft, the ship's definitely sells. Pity you're all out of that because that did beautifully. Absolutely brilliant. $15 a share, that made. I think we're all out of Baba, but it's too much to chase now. Having said that, we might have a chance. So it opens, you might get a chance of another entry on Baba. I'll write that down as a reminder. Baba and Meta and Tesla.
Google?
Hello?
What about Google?
Oh, Google. Remember we talked about that and nobody went to it. Remember you suggested no one to join you. You would have done well, wouldn't they? I think it's about 94. Yeah. See how it opens. Google as well. Yeah, see how it opens. Remember that? It was your idea. Nobody wanted to join you. And actually, I think it was on 94 something or other. I haven't looked a long time as Amazon. That's a possibility as well. But better type in Google actually. So Conet is Z in there. Okay, right. Time's coming up, so we just have a quick check on the NAS and be ready for it. I presume a lot of you guys are still in this one. Don't see why you shouldn't be.
Yes.
Yeah, good.
And
This has been a superstar. Joseph, you're joining us now. This was over a week or can't remember, maybe 10 days ago, I can't remember. We got in this one at 12.7. And it's done beautifully. The Dow did over 1,000. So those two have been superstars. In fact, that 1,000 pips in the theory should make up all the other 50, 60, 70, 80 pip stop losses. You'd have to lose 10 trades and 100 pip stop losses to make up to 1,000 pip profit on that. I think a lot of guys took it too quick. Pity. That one trade alone and make up 10 losses. What a pleasure. Yes, that NASDAQ was, and the Dow. Who spotted the Dow? Someone jumped. It was Morris or yourself. And those are two closest trades that came, in my opinion, to a no-brainer. And they worked out beautifully. Just going to make it a little bit so you can see the jump. See, jumping around a bit. I think it's a good chance to take out 12,000. Dollar, thank goodness, start to recover. Yeah, I'm showing the nasty dusty. Okay. Let's go and quickly check. Start off with Baba. What did it open at? It's already down. Yeah, I think Baba's got a good chance. Took it last time. I think another one. It's broken into the sell zone now. Technically, it's a sell. Yeah, I think it's a good chance. This one. How far? $88. So we don't make it too far away. Yeah, maybe put it just above here somewhere. 6%. What can we get as a potential? Oh, plenty of downside. What a pleasure. Oh, what a pleasure. Yeah, I quite like this. How could we put this? Hang on, let's do the weekly for this one. Yeah, $6 stop loss, $6.50 stop loss. Take it down here. $16.80 is your potential profit. Definitely, that's a great reward. What do you buy that, guys? What do you think of Baba? Sounds like I used to speak when I was about 1 year old. Anna Marie likes it. That's a bit of a thumbs up. Fanny likes it. Right, we're going to do that then. Just give me a second. Don't forget, guys, I've got to write this down and print it for you. Because we don't use the calculator and put it down here now. What was the stop loss? 94. Make it straight 95. It's right down here somewhere. 91.53. Call it 90. Call it straight 72. Right, 88.64.95 is what? $8.40, isn't it? Yeah. $8.40. So what's that in lands? I can't do off the top of my bloody head on that one. Actually, with costs, make it straight $9. Rather slightly higher.
But mate, how long has it been trying to break that support? I see this is a weekly support.
Yeah. I'm trying to, okay, have a look, it's a good point. Since March, I get that, but even so, you know, I think it's looking a bit weak. Tech stocks all over, looking a bit weak. It's up to you anyway, but I do like it. I do like it. Okay, try that then. Put a straight $9. That cover costs in. Okay, that's $9. That's 180, 160. Okay. If you're not keen, obviously don't do it. But I have to say I do. I think it's going to come off there.
Hey mate.
Yeah.
Oh, you just put out a signal. No, that's cool.
That's what I was typing away because you can't use the calculator here. I think everyone's aware of that. Okay, I will come back to that. I want to check the next one. Meta, we can't chase. We can have a look at it on opening though. That's the guys in like Farney. It's jumped up a little bit, $2 or $3. Won't panic on that. In fact, it's going up to maybe other guys can get a chance of it. My problem with Metro at the moment, there's not much action. Seems to be hovering around a little bit. So I think just missed that one. If you're in, stay in, but I think I'll move on level. But look at Tesla. I think any downside coming in there? Tesla. Where is it now? Here we are. See, try to pop up, and the sellers came in immediately. You might think that's in the buy zone. Where's the 200 on this one? You shouldn't have one there. Yeah, of course you won't have it because when you did the share split, it was less than 200 days old, so you won't have 200 on there. Yeah, so it's come up from 90, 100 bucks actually. It's doubled in, wow, look at that. Doubled in price since 10th of January. So in a month and a half, the entire, I can't get my head around this, the entire Tesla organization come up. From one person's net worth must have gone up by over $100 billion in a month and a half. Individual. It can't get your head around it, can you? Sorry. Fascinating with it. Yeah, I think it's potential here. Stop up there at $11. Yeah, plenty downside possible on there. I have to say this is a good chance is coming off. I know it's done quite well, but there's a lot of other stuff coming in operation as well. I think this seems to be battling. And unless you think wait a little bit, but I suspect to see this come off. The 4 hour, 1 hour, 15, not to tell too much. Or 1 hour will be the same basically, it's only been open about half an hour. Do you want to wait a bit or do this? I think there's a possibility of this one with a stop above here somewhere out the way. It hasn't been up there since November, up a few months ago. What do you think?
I see a buy on a 1 hour time frame. I can sell it when it's only at the top there.
Okay, if you're happy with that, fair enough. I take your point. The other thing is an hour on a share, which has only been open half an hour. To be honest, it didn't really tell me much, but it still seem to be climbing. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, Google, we'll do Amazon first. It's in alphabetical order. This might be a better chance of this one. What do you think? I think better option then. Bit reluctant to go for the Tesla. I can't say I blame you. What about a stop up here? About $5 stop, yeah. And then take it down here. Plenty of downside. I think it's a better option, this one. Okay, Anna-Marie, fair enough. Well, actually wait on Tesla. It seems to be popping up a bit recently, so maybe it's a better idea to wait. And then short it down if it gets near the top. Okay, I'm going to go along with Ken on that one. Sounds good enough to me. A little bit more cautious on that one. But not much breakthrough yesterday, but it's trying to come off. And definitely, well, since January, about a month ago, it's been down. Technically, it's looking like a short. Hey, what do you think? With a stop up here somewhere. Do you want to wait on this one or do you want to do this one? I have to say I quite like this one. Want to wait on it? Nobody keen? Okay, nobody's keen, we'll move on.
Roger, I want to take it. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, I have to say I don't very much. I quite actually obviously I like this one. Okay, let's get it down. Was it 93? Stop up here. 98.75. Put it down here. 82. What's that? 90, that's 35 to, so that's 40. 440. Is that correct? Yeah, 4.4. But I should put a bit of cost in there, so I'll make it $4.70. Actually, no, I'm adding a bit more cost. 440 with costs. I'll make it around $5, rather over cautious, under cautious. Okay, that's $90 per share. That is, of course. Finally, one dealer. I like to hear that, Ken. I haven't looked at it because I'm doing this, but that's nice to hear. Anyway, right, Amazon. Finally, yeah. Or at all around, to be exact, 93.35, jumping around, you know. SL 98.75. TP 82. Risk is that 90, sorry, not 80, but 90. There we are. Finally likes it. Anyone else want this one? Say I like it. And if you go now, it's a little bit better price, but stick with the risk reward at 90 and 5. Rather over us or an underestimate is the right way right there. Hey, the dollar's starting to go up. Anybody else want to do it? Okay, I've got them written down. We'll go back to them. No one wants to join. Well, that's it. AUD/USD. It's starting to come off. Bloody hell. Don't panic, guys. Bloody hell. See a bit of blue. I think, hang on, I'm colorblind. Brilliant. Okay, what was the other one? Mr. Google. It's different. It's better price than that. No, that's rubbish. Not sure about that. Not so keen. Sorry about that. I'm not so keen. Clearly the sell zone. The 94, wherever it was right about these areas here. When you mentioned it last, was the place to be getting in. But I think we're chasing a bit there now. And I don't think there's going to be enough meat on the bones to try and go for it at the moment. So that's fine. So anyway, so yeah, leave the Meta if you're in it. Hold on, I think don't add to it. Yeah, the Baba and the Amazon we're looking at as a potential. Okay, another one looked at was Netflix, which some guys want to buy it. There's Netflix. No, I think Netflix got a possibility from downside, but not confident enough. So I'll go with Ken's idea on that one, would leave it as well. Okay, so we'll see how those go. Right, I think that's a little bit better news. Now let's just see if we can get some good news on the open trades now. We shafted a couple of them. AUD/USD, what did we get in again? We got in at it's still got a way to go. Yeah, it's coming right. It's still got a way to go. It's a lot better than it was earlier on. The GBP, but we might get a possibility of another one. I'm delighted this more and more, to be honest. The dollar is strengthening as we speak. It's pretty close to these areas here. Let's look at 4 hour. Yeah, I think we might be able to do something here. Right about there.
122, 1.2202.
Don't worry about the last digital one. Just give me a second.
I am in profit.
Okay. Should we leave it there? Or we'll put the stop down here. 1.195. It's a bit wider stop. Is that really necessary? It's so wide? What's that say? 215. Ignore the last decimal point. Maybe, yeah, I think so. Leave it there. The only problem you're going to have is about 170 odd bucks at a micro, which means nobody really under about 1,500, 200 grand will look at it, unless you're a slightly tighter stop. But I have to say, I think that should recover. Those buyers and helping matters. Maybe not. Maybe I'm jumping the gun a bit. I want to do it so much. Maybe hang 5. This is putting me off. That came off brilliant, and then just shot back up again. This is the last 45 minutes. So I think just hang 5 on that one. We might get a hold around these levels here, but down. So we'll just hang 5 on that one. Okay. Come back and chase that later. Okay, unless somebody wants to do it now, I'd rather hold 5 on that one. By the time gold came off, what's gold doing up? Strange, eh? Gold should be starting to come off now. Anyway, whatever. NZD CAD, anything happening there? Yeah, I think it's the Canadian weakness is propelling that. Yeah, that might end up not being so pretty. Pity. Hope that was going to start recovering. Anyway, NZD USD. Now what's happening? Oh, I give up on the thing. Okay, well, we'll just have to see. Okay. Right. Okay, guys. Right. We'll get a couple out. And a couple of guys had a bit of blue there. They're telling me that I think it's all a bit of, well, certainly me in a bit of better mood. Okay, anything else you'd like to look at on the shares? How's the NAS doing? Hovering, not doing much, is it? I think it was you, Ken, mentioned earlier on, it gets around about 12.1-ish. Did you actually go for it? You got to NAS until about, it gets about 12.1 with a downside. Might happen. So that's running okay. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for the moment. You've all got, I'm sure Joseph, right, I'll put it on just in case, a bit shy to say so. You will need the economic calendar. You need to keep an eye on what's happening on the fundamental front. You said that, come back a bit a couple of times there. Put that on for you just in case. It's going to take me a couple of seconds. Don't forget the dollar index as well. And I'll even put on the, I've done the wrong one now. I pressed the wrong button. Give me a moment. I'll do the yields now. That's a bit better. Cool. Yields are going up nicely. Okay, and the dollar. Okay. Again, just a second. It's out. I can't see a thing. All this stuff on the other screen.
Dollar is weakening again.
So look. Not so much. Not so much. Okay. But the yield's going up. That should have a negative on gold. In theory, it should have a negative on gold. Yeah, so it should, if you're in gold, it should start coming back now. Anyway. Okay. Now gold, sorry, the dollar's starting to strengthen a little bit. Okay. I hope you've all got that. If you've got it, great. If you haven't, please copy and paste.
I just checked the Dow and the S&P 500. They are red, so only Nasdaq is positive.
Okay, you're still in the S&P. That was a long time ago. The original trade should be in the positive. We got it at over 4,000, the original one. Anyway,
Okay.
still positive will come off. It depends when you got in on that. You know what I'm saying? Because everyone's in positive or negative. You've got to know when you get in. Because some people go all sorts of different areas. But yeah, I think just every time it pops up, the sales are coming in. It's just hovering. So that's fine. And the Dow, some guys got in for a new one. Yeah, the Dow's doing, ooh, look at that. So Dow's doing just nicely, hey. So do you move your stop down to 33,000? Then you've been a profit. Now it's coming off even more. So yeah, we should be doing fine. That second one, we started off over 34,000. Then we got in again at 33,140, I think it was. And the second attempt at it seemed to be doing well as well. So that's just brilliant. And gold should start coming off now, David. That should, yeah. I think gold's going to start coming off now. Any scalpers out there, I think you might get a couple of bucks on the way down now. Okay. Amazon's coming off a little bit, which is good. And Baba, it's about the same. Let's have a look at your friend Meta. That's going up a bit. Now, if you're in, leave it. I think you got your stop there fine. I wouldn't join it now. That just seems to be hovering. Okay, well, let's see what happens now. I won't be going to the FTSE at all right now. If you have, you should have made a slight profit, you did, because it has come off. But otherwise, leave it. Why has that disappeared? Oh, there we go. Yeah, so guys, yeah, it's picking up as in going down for sure. That's what you mean. Yeah, but I think a lot of guys are out of it now, but they'll be in a profit anyway. Good. So that's a bit of a cheer upper. Okay, right, that's good stuff, Fiona. Okay, anybody else want to check on anything or ask on anything? Not sure on moving averages or whatever. A couple of new names there, Buffenyi, if that's pronounced properly. Have you got any questions there? You're all good there, Nico. I'm thinking more some of the guys are fairly new. Anyone clarification on? Just tap it out from the chat line, we can do it. That's what we're here for. If that holds, we want to be doing this one. What it is now, is it? Wasn't before. It's doing well just now. Almost on stop loss. Take it on stop loss. Stop loss is No, that's what you mean. Yes, quite stuck. My life's a bit tight on that one. 67.60. Flirty with it. Got just over 50. Jumping around. I don't know why that's happened. Don't ask. Don't ask. Dollar started to recover a bit. I thought you might. I've no idea. That's just jumping around. Leave it. No questions at this point. Okay. Time to wrap my head around all the concepts. We'll get there. Yeah. Okay. That's a fair point. You wrap your head around it. Well, I'm going to go on to you. That's fair enough. It's bits and pieces will come with a bit of practice. Yeah. And I'm doing it every day, and then sort of becomes you forget other people starting. You know. But yeah, come with practice. So I want to get across as more of a forum where you come back. Even experienced guys come back a lot. So stick with it. So I can say. Don't expect to say learn it very quick. If it was that easy, well, it wouldn't be a skill. And always remember, you can get your position sizing right and come back and bite. Goodness sake, don't jump in with that. Look at your calculator and make sure you can see what it is per micro. You put your figures in there, make sure per micro, get your position size right. Well, this is exactly it, yeah. Obviously, it was that easy, we would have no unemployment in the world. Hey, we'd no problems. Financially, anyway. No humans would find somebody else to worry about, but yeah. I don't mind, as I said before, I don't mind getting it wrong if there's a damn good reason for it. You know, I made a mistake or whatever, but sometimes it's just come out and basically sometimes it's pretty bad luck. You're going along and the funding comes out and it seems to go the opposite. That's happened last few times. Instead of, I've had times, 2 or 3 times the trot made a big leap because it went in my favor, but still. Oh, well, not much you can do about it. You stare at it all day. Get stopped at it, it becomes right all good. Don't know what gold's going up for. Anyway, we'll see. Sorry, guys. Yes, not going to be a great day, but I'm not sure what to add. I just want to check the fundamentals for the week coming up. Anything major got to worry about here this week. Right, GDP and Aussie. Oh heavens, GDP and Aussie coming in. Well, maybe for once, if we're still in, it might do us a big favor to come right for us. Euros coming up with German manufacturing PMIs coming out, and Euro unemployment's coming out. Sorry, German unemployment's coming out, beg your pardon. Another PMI in the pound. Governor Bailey speaking tomorrow. German CPI coming out as well tomorrow. Manufacturing, a few coming out tomorrow. One or two coming in lucky for us instead of the wrong way around, yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of things coming out. Still keep an eye on that. Okay. Yes, Fiona, so do I. Anyway, a couple of people got some blue out there. You should have done all right in the Dow and a couple of the others. So maybe Brent came out nicely, Dow came out, NAS came out, gold did okay. So just to see if it can bounce out. I like to try and aim overall over a period of time, about 2 out of 3 correct. I think in February, probably a little bit less than that, unfortunately. The previous couple of months have been a bit better than that. So maybe leaving out and get better. Okay. Otherwise, Johnson, I haven't got much to add. You see about that, Ramaphosa reckoned it's not his legal obligation doing about load shedding. But he might have a point. At the same time, it's a moral obligation to have a go at it. Because what's that name again? Highly respected lady, the name again, said this is the biggest deal we've got. So hopefully, God, they can get something sorted out there. Okay, now yeah, Pete, yeah, maybe close up a bit early today. I've got any new. If you've got other stuff to do, I've got load shedding coming up soon, which doesn't affect me doing this job, but can't cook there, you know. But that's by the bias. No, just saying, I haven't really got much more the point, much to add. Only thing I would say, keep an eye on, if that dollar can remain holding and maybe move up a little bit, keep an eye on that GBP USD, but don't forget to jump in till we got some sort of confirmation. I want the DXY to go up, and I want this to come down. So it might be worth waiting an hour or two, unless you've got other stuff to do, then before looking at it. That's got a hold before we short it.
Roger, just sorry,
Oh.
just last one. CAT
Yeah, yeah.
JPY. After the fundamentals on CAT, and I don't see anything on JPY, what about a possible buy? I
Well,
can
once-
see
yeah, go on, sorry.
it's between the 9 days and the 100 days. So there is potential up.
Should have looked at the 4 hour. Just only 15s, but you seem to be holding on the 15 there. Remember to apply to all of them, don't forget. There's a bit of support here. You see the support here? Seems to be holding.
Yeah.
It's going to be an aggressive trade, this one, but I hear you. It's broken through here. Look at it, the support. Come back and tax it, and a few buyers coming back in. What can we do here as regards to stop? Fairly tight down here. Just below the 10-day moving average. Make it a 75 pip stop. That's not going to work. So you're going to have to take it a bit higher up. Take it maybe to here. It's too far. Maybe, yeah, that'll do. It's fairly aggressive, but don't forget. It's not bad. Not the trade of the century, not the, but it's actually not bad.
Or would you suggest rather to wait until close and have a look at it tomorrow morning again?
I think I'm weighing on the side of caution on this. Yeah,
Okay.
I like the long. I like it. It's just the market doesn't seem to get any headway. You know what I mean? It seems to be like chasing its own tail at the moment. Ever
Yeah,
decreasing.
very indecisive. Very indecisive.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe caution. I see the vision, they say. You might get a better price. Maybe we'll come back here. I don't know. It's just not a lot happening. Try the 15 again. I'm sort of searching. But the more I search, the more it should be immediate. You know what I mean? A couple of them in the past. Remember, someone's mentioned it, and I immediately think, "Hey, well done, whoever it was. This looks good. This is not jumping at me." So I'm sort of looking for possibility for I, and then I'm start to think of other ways to it. When you get to the stage, you start fitting in, looking for stuff to fit into your actual narrative. That's probably a better stand back. It should be immediate, you know.
There I agree. I've burned my fingers a time.
Yeah. Yeah. I want Dealey, yeah, I don't know. It's been a bit of a pity the last couple of days. I hand it to you, but I agree with you, sorry. But yeah, you got your stop loss. I think to try and take it now, and then it does come off, you're going to be a bit annoyed. I think you worked out your strategy. I think stick with it. And just keep your fingers crossed. Because it's look at the NAS, never mind the share, look at the NAS. It seems to be going sideways at the moment. It's enormous. Look at that, the NAS. Look maybe on the hour. It doesn't know which way it wants to go. And that tells me if that doesn't know, how the hell am I supposed to know? I mean, I could easily come back down. So nothing, just sit tight for the moment. Got enough out. We've had a couple of knots, so maybe take a breather, and then hopefully the others come right. I don't understand why that is. Don't ask. All right, dollars start to come back off again. That's one of the reasons. Just climbing nicely, but the yields are bad for gold. The higher the yield's gone up nicely. So I'm not quite sure. But it doesn't matter. You should have all made a profit on that. You shouldn't be joining it down there anyway. So in a way, if it does go up to some of these levels here, and the NAS is still coming off, the dollar weaken, strengthens a bit, and the yields remain high, we can have another sell down. But remember, I said 18 with the TP, but I think be careful around the 1810 level. And it got to around about that and you bounced. So maybe if you just get a bit higher, around 1830, or a little bit better than that, I think we've got them. Don't forget, before you jump in, don't put a sell limit on it. You've got to keep an eye on that, the yields and the DXY. Okay. Yeah, I will be chasing here, but so don't buy it now. I just hope we get a bit of a rally and then we can set it back down again. If the other indicators are in favor. Okay. Anything else? Because I'm afraid I've run out and I don't want to suddenly push a trade. Sometimes tempting to do that. Okay, anything else? Should we wrap it up and try it again tomorrow?
I think so, but I try to understand why did gold jump up that much?
No idea.
Really?
If you're
Okay.
scratching it, trust me, I've got both hands scratching their head. I agree. Sorry, go on. I keep interrupting. Beg your pardon. Go on.
No. I like to look at it from the reverse end, and all the trades that we lost today it really doesn't make sense. This is
Yeah.
my concern.
Yes, yes, I hear you. Yeah. It's not me making this up. I mean, it's a fact. It's part of the stuff I've studied. Opportunity cost. It's a negative correlation, the dollar and the yields with gold and the NAS. NAS is behaving okay, but the gold, I just don't know. Unless some Chinese government or Indian government said another shipment of it, so I know they like their gold, and just by supply and demand, and they're buying it, price goes up, I suppose. Maybe just technically some guys just buying into it or taking profit or whatever. But it's going right up. You can see there, it's a bit of a sort of a support area. If that holds, I think we come back down again because I don't know why it's jumped up. Literally about 1809 earlier on, this particular watch, this session. So we've got no evidence of sellers coming in yet, but I think it's going to come soon. I don't, Mandla, I don't. Thanks for the question. I don't. I think it's going to start. I think personally that red 10-day moving average is going to hold it. And although the dollar's come off a little bit, it's still hovering a bit. The yields is particularly, a high yield is particularly bad for gold. So yeah. No, I think that's going to hold that 10-day and it's going to come off. That makes no sense. I'm scratching my head as well, don't worry. Very strange, eh? Ah, if you're confused, trust me, so am I. But I'm looking at an opportunity potential on this one. Because I mean, most guys are out now and want to go into it again for another decent trade down. So in a way, that could be interpreted as good news, this jump, unless you're already in short at a lower level. I wouldn't have been joining it there. Sorry, Nick. Price you got in at. And if you did get into 33 or 45 mark, you should have modified and stopped out in the profit. But yeah, very strange. But yeah, I think that 10 days is going to hold, and then so you come on. So watch that. Okay, Ken, thanks, and thanks for your time. Thanks for your contribution. But keep an eye on that one. Keep an eye on the GBP USD. Watch, say, the dollar indicator before you jump in. I think they're both possible good opportunities there to come on. Thank you, Nico. Good stuff. That's a nice way. That's what you want to do. You want to birdie the 18th hole, which means go out on a good note. What's going to look at? Let's look at something as well now. Oh yeah, GBP USD. Maybe a few cells are trying to come in this one. Maybe just be a little bit patient on this one, but I think there's a very good potential that's going to hold. But don't set it now; it might not. This to me, that comes up very good potential. Take it down here. You got the indicators like I have, so you know your TP is around about this level, and stop loss just above this candle here. You can see it, the one on the 9th of February. Just don't have to be right up there, be around about there somewhere. About 1.22. There you are. That's a round figure. 1.22 as a short starts coming off, and you can do around about this level here, which is 1.1930, something like that. It comes off. I think that's gonna be annoying. And repair the damage the early one came and nailed us. We might get a bit of a revenge on this one. The revenge of the traders. Okay, keep an eye on the gold, and it's coming off this week. Lucky time. Anyone take it? Anyone jump in? I think you could do that. How far down is this? 50 is too much. Yeah, maybe take to 1800 again with maybe a $10 stop if you want. Yeah, I think good chance coming off again. No, I don't. Change in mind. I see the dollars coming off from the other screen. Hang 5. You miss it, you miss it. If it gets up higher, look at it. So just keep an eye on that one to get a better price, add the GBP USD just to get a confirmation. Okay, that's what I'm passing on that one. Okay, are we good? Okay, guys, we're good. So should we keep an eye on those two? If we can get some sort of area around there, keep an eye on the indicator of the dollar and the yield, and sell it, and the same with the pound dollar. You're all good. Thanks for contribution, guys, as always. Thank you, Brian. And keep the fingers crossed we get a better, prettier picture tomorrow. I think I'll wind up before load shedding kicks in. Okay. Happy with that? Cheers, Mondili. Hope you're all good.
You're very well, sir. Very well.
Brilliant. Thanks. Good
Yes.
stuff. Cheers.
Enjoy the rest.